So my first update is that I feel like a nurse now. I had the most horrible imposter syndrome. I felt like I was just someone playing the role of a nurse. I felt like I wasn't cut out to be a nurse. I thought I wasn't smart enough. I really didn't think I would be a good nurse. But 6 months in, I feel so much better now. And I feel like, especially after you come off orientation and you start developing your own system and your own groove, you just feel a lot better. At least I feel a lot better. Like, now I know exactly what to expect. I go in there at 6:30, I read up on my patients, I get report. By 7:15, I am going in to introduce myself to my patients. I do my baseline neuro assessment in head to toe and get a really thorough baseline on each patient. And then I give them their medication, ask them if they need anything else from me, like help them to the bathroom and all that. And then I go back to nurse's station and start documenting and starting each note for each patient early. And then at 8:40, I listen into rounds. I find out the plan for each patient from the team. And then I start washing up my patient and getting them to scans that they need, like MRI and CT and all that. So just having my own flow has helped significantly in developing my confidence. And every day that I talk to patients and talk to my coworkers, I feel a little bit better and feel a little bit more confident. And after 3 months of doing it on my own, I feel very much competent-ish. Second big update is that I've learned a lot clinically in terms of prioritization and time management. When I first got off orientation, I was taking care of a patient that was on diabetes insipidus watch because she had a mass in her head and it was like kind of touching the pituitary gland. So this patient was putting out a lot of urine. And so for every hour we had to record how much urine she was peeing, and then for any 2 consecutive hours that the patient peed over 250 milliliters, we had to tell the team. And so I was doing that. And then I guess the patient was peeing more and more and more, so she was ordered for stat labs. So a urine sample as well as a serum sodium level, because when you're putting out a bunch of fluid, your sodium level goes low and that wouldn't be good. That's why we have to like monitor it, right? That's why they ordered a stat lab for me to get. At the same time though, I had another patient whose blood pressure goal is to have that systolic blood pressure less than 140. And this patient's blood pressure kept on going higher and higher even when I was rechecking, and he was just literally lying there and doing nothing. So I was in there trying to manage his blood pressure, getting hydralazine, getting labetalol, asking the doctors to give me like an order for nicardipine and starting him on that. And then at the same time, another patient who needed other things too. So then I had this stat lab, right? And when I got the stat lab, I acknowledged the order and I immediately put it into phlebotomy queue because at the beginning of when I got off orientation, I wasn't really confident in my straight sticking or lab drawing skills. I know how to do it because I learned it at the emergency department, but I just wasn't a really confident person. I put it in a phlebotomy queue, I paged them that I have a stat lab, and I trusted that they would come get the lab for me on time. But so I was in this patient's room managing blood pressure, and then I went into another patient's room doing other things, and I finally go back when I have time to go back to the other room to check on my patient to get another urine output. I found my resource nurse there drawing the lab for me. And that's when my stomach kind of just like felt like, oh shit, like I didn't prioritize well enough. This is so bad. I can't believe that she's drawing a stat lab. I can't believe the lab wasn't drawn yet by phlebotomy. And so the next week I was talked to by my nurse educator specialist person. And what I should have done is, if I knew I was going to be going into a patient room to manage a blood pressure and I knew I would be stuck in there for like an hour, I should have communicated to my resource nurse and to my coworkers about, hey, I'm going to be stuck in that room. I have this other patient who has a stat lab. I put it in phlebotomy queue and paged them about it. But in case they don't come draw it, could you guys make sure that this patient's lab is drawn and sent? It's really important. It would help me so much. And that's such a simple thing to do. And when I first started out, I felt like I had to do everything on my own. even though I knew I didn't have to. I learned that, oh, like I need to start communicating better to my coworkers. I need to ask more questions, even if it feels bad. Like it feels bad inherently for me, but like I need to get out of my head and I just need to start talking. Like it's so dumb for me not to ask for help. It's so dumb for me not to be telling people that I need help. So after that experience, now I am always asking my coworkers for help and giving them updates about like how I'm doing and if I need help or anything like that. Now, I actually draw all my own labs now, so none of my labs are not on time. If you have the skill of drawing labs, like practice it. Straight sticking is pretty easy, and now I can confidently say I am a professional straight sticker. Well, not for like little ladies with wobbly veins. That's when I consult phlebotomy or my ICU nurse coworkers. So yeah, that's something that happened and that I learned a lot from. And in the last 2 months, I haven't made any mistakes similar. And I hope to never again because I learned a lot from that experience. But yeah, it's always good to be extra careful and to just always be keeping track of everything. That was like kind of scary and vague, but I hope that's helpful. And then number 3 is I learned a lot more about how to control my emotions and to prioritize my health more. The other day I was feeling so overwhelmed at the end of my shift because I had to transfer a patient upstairs and I was discharging someone else and so much stuff was going on, and it was 7 p.m. and I delegated the task of sending the patient upstairs to the CNAs, and then I was thrown into change of shift and giving report, and I just felt so overwhelmed at that moment. I felt like I was gonna cry just because I was so stressed by everything that just happened, even though it wasn't a big deal in hindsight. It was just a busy day. And at that moment, a nurse was asking me for a report and I said, hey, like, can I take a second? I'm so flustered right now. I'm just gonna have to breathe for like 5 seconds and I'll give you a report. And they were like, okay, sure, of course. And so I just like breathed, took a deep breath, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready for a report now. And I was able to get my report and go home, and I didn't cry. And I don't know, like I'm getting better coping mechanisms and I'm better at de-escalating myself because my brain tends to get so anxious so fucking fast, and just knowing how to calm myself down has helped immensely. And when I get home, I really prioritize meditation. I prioritize working out now, like getting my body moving, lifting some freaking weights, doing some squats, like it really helps. And, you know, just trying to practice gratitude and mindfulness every day, it's helped. And I sound like a freaking hippie, but honestly, like if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. And if you don't take care of yourself, you're not gonna thrive as a nurse. So that's something I've been doing, and I really encourage my other fellow new grad nurses to just start taking care of yourself better, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of our patients in the most optimal way. And also because it's just important to take care of yourself. Like, we only have one life. So yeah, those are my nursing new grad updates at 6 months. And I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm not gonna edit it or anything because, I don't know, I wanna go shower and sleep and eat. But I really am so grateful for everyone that watches my videos. I feel immensely supported in like a weird way that people on the internet care about me. And of course my loved ones and friends too. Like, it means a lot to me that you guys give a shit about what I'm feeling, what I say, and my thoughts. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'm running out of video ideas, so if you guys can tell me what ideas for videos you have, please do let me know. Thanks, bye!